One of the biggest and best ways to get people into your ecosystem to buy your console early is to have exclusives, or at least timed exclusives. We can see this working to a great effect by just going back to the beginning of this past generation, when Sony had great details and great exclusive and timed exclusive content with Destiny the video game. The big follow-up to Halo from Bungie was a huge success for PlayStation, selling incredible numbers, and in fact, a lot of gamers bought a PlayStation 4 strictly for Destiny because the marketing was tied so closely to the PlayStation 4. That was a huge blunder on Microsoft's part and a great pickup for Sony's part. Now it looks like an exclusive game is coming to the PlayStation 5 that actually used to be a game that would end up on Xbox as well. So this could be a huge blow for Microsoft and a big pickup for Sony, and I think that it's just getting started. We've been hearing about these type of deals, and now it looks like it's happening for real. Hey, what's up everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. I appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that. It helps out the channel, and it means a lot to me personally. If you guys wouldn't mind, just hit the like button. A lot of people ask me how to support the channel. That's the best, the easiest way. You can also hit the bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops. Again, that way you get notified of everything. I do at least one video a day, sometimes two. It just depends on what's going on. But that way you get notified, because believe it or not, even if you're subscribed, you won't get notified of everything. What's up to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between? Welcome to Crapgamer Reviews. This is unscripted, where my passion for gaming comes out without a script, without a bunch of nonsense, where I just sit there and learn something, and you guys can learn something, and we can learn something together. It's just a good fun time, and I try to keep it real. I will link everything that I talk about down below. You never have to worry about inconsistencies. This is the new CG reviews, and so far you guys have been really enjoying it, and that's been great. Thank you guys so much for coming along with this ride for me. It means the world to me. So with that being said, Microsoft and Sony are known for doing this kind of stuff. If we even go back to this past generation, Microsoft locked down Rise of the Tomb Raider as a one-year exclusive. They also had Dead Rising 3 as an exclusive that used to be a multiplat. They also did Dead Rising 4 was an exclusive for a year before it came to PlayStation. PlayStation got map packs early, but PlayStation now get like Call of Duty betas early. They get the Avengers beta early, the Spider-Man DLC that's exclusive to them. This is the way of the world. This is business, right? A lot of people will go, is Sony getting Spider-Man exclusive anti-consumer? No, it's pro PlayStation, anti-Xbox for sure, not anti-consumer in my opinion, because guess what? That base game, you get the same exact base game on Xbox and PlayStation. It really just comes down to a piece of DLC that you get extra for buying it on the PlayStation consoles. Now, the interesting thing about that is it gives you a reason to buy it on that console. A lot of people do own multiple consoles. I own Xbox and PlayStation, but you know what? Being able to play as Spider-Man means that I'm going to pick that game up on PlayStation because I'm a Spider-Man fan. So that, in fact, has worked out really well. Now, Microsoft doesn't really believe in these type of things for whatever reason, so that really just opens up the door for Sony to do them, like exclusive with Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was on PlayStation before it goes anywhere else for at least a year, and so that means, I got to play it and enjoy that. My first playthrough of that was fantastic, and, I got to say, I love the idea that Sony really caters to the fans and kind of breaks down sort of what we want and what we're going to get. You know what I mean? They give us this great stuff and the great content, and they never really relent on that. And that is something that I absolutely love. It makes you feel like a first-class gamer, and I find that to be absolutely incredible. I mean, we could sit there and talk about services and this and that and the other thing, but at the end of the day, if you're not using those things, they don't really mean anything to you. I know a lot of people, when I bring up that I don't really feel wanted by Xbox as a console owner, I bring up the fact that they release, exclusives on the PC and then eventually maybe on the console, but there's not even release dates for some games, yet they would never do that the other way around. We're the only ones paying for Xbox Live to play online, whereas people on a phone or a PC don't have to. It's just one of the things where it doesn't seem like it's a very fair treatment towards the console owners. And even the excitement around the launch of like Samsung phones backing Xbox Game Pass, that seems a lot more higher than what we actually get for the new Xbox Series X, and we don't even see anything running on an Xbox Series X. So the fact that they don't really care to even try to get some great looking content to show off the new console kind of tells you all you need to know. They don't really expect or want that console to sell extremely well. It's kind of treated like a second class citizen, where Sony on the other hand goes all in on trying to appease the hardcore fans, and this looks like it's going to be one of those instances. So anyway, this article I of course will link in the description below. All stuff that's news news related, I link in the description below. If it's opinion, doesn't need to be linked. If it is a leak or a rumor like this is, I will put it in the description if I can. And if it's something somebody told me in confidence, obviously I cannot do that, but I will tell you to take it with a grain of salt. So take this with a grain of salt, as you were, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Strap yourselves in, because this is going to really hurt the Xbox fan base. Final Fantasy XVI looks like could be a timed PlayStation 5 exclusive. It's not officially known about what Final Fantasy XVI is going to be, but there are a growing sense of rumor that it's going to be an exclusive title on the PlayStation 5, with fans still savoring the scrumptious nostalgia of Final Fantasy VII Remake, which, by the way, Final Fantasy VII Remake sold more on PlayStation 4 than Final Fantasy 15 did on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One combined. So that could be a big reason why this might be a thing. Rumors are beginning to gain traction, for game fans know very little about Final Fantasy 16. But the remake director that actually directs Part 2 of the remake might be closer than fans think, according to them. A new rumor has emerged about what console Final Fantasy XVI might land on, and its exclusive deal between them and Sony. Earlier in the month, it seems like Final Fantasy XVI was still years away, based on the sparse information. While it is a game that fans are eager, there hasn't really been anything confirmed yet. So this is according to somebody dropped a big piece of information and forth with the idea that Final Fantasy XVI will be some kind of exclusive deal for the PlayStation 5, and they hint that the game is a likely timed exclusive, much like the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, this is only a rumor, but it comes off the heels of a pretty solid prediction made by the same user on what games were going to appear in the June PS5 event. The only game predicted that he failed to appear was Final Fantasy XVI, despite rumors that it would be announced this summer. So the prediction being almost dead on gives their latest comment of the exclusivity a little extra weight, and the confidence of the post could be internet posturing. But we do know that also Mr. Khan, who does Kind of Funny, also now confirmed that there's lots more deals like this in place. And I did a video about that the other day, and he was specifically speaking on the Spider-Man situation, where he says, hold on to the anger, because it's going to get much worse before it gets better, which I think says everything you need to know about Sony's tactics going into the next generation. Again, that's not anything to do with, what console is going to do this or that, but I do feel like it's very interesting that, Sony is still going after Microsoft, which they should, because they do look at them as a competitor, while on the other hand, if you look at Microsoft, they don't look at Sony as I hate to really say that, because they play it cool, like they aren't looking at Microsoft as a competitor, but I think it's kind of clear to see that they do, in fact, see Microsoft as a competitor. And the reason why they look at Microsoft as a competitor is because, Microsoft is obviously, they have their own console, the Xbox, and, Sony, for whatever reason, Microsoft is they know they're not going to beat Sony, so they have to kind of play it cool, and we're really worried about Google and Amazon. I mean, let's be clear, Stadia doesn't look like it's going to be around much longer to begin with, and I think Amazon's going to enter into this cloud market with there literally being no market. You're going to have like 6 different outlets offering cloud gaming, and there's not enough demand for that. It's just going to cause a lot of people to close down, and a lot of things to be kind of shut down. I just don't think people want to consume mass gaming that way. It's such a bad way to consume gaming, to be honest with you. And so I just feel like it's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out. But again, content. That's the way you win. That's the way you get people on board. That's the way you do everything in the industry. And that's the way you do everything in life. I mean, if you're running a business or whatever, obviously that's going to be one of the ways that you kind of accomplish that. And, I feel like they're going to have to do a much better job in the future of being able to do that, just in my opinion anyway. So it's going to be fun to see how that sort of works out. And it's, also I got to say this, man, bravo to Sony for paying attention to, to the demand for big exclusives, great exclusives and stuff like that, just to see exactly what is needed and what is wanted for this next generation. And I feel like Sony has the much better idea about exactly what's coming and about what people want, and I think that's super smart. And Microsoft, on the other hand, I feel like they didn't really pay as close attention, because I'm not sure that they care to. So it's really going to be, one of those situations we got to kind of wait and see. They're really more catering towards a group of people that, want to play casual games or whatever. You kind of wonder what that's all about. Then you just look at the Samsung announcements or whatever. That's really where their heart is, that kind of casual, hey, Game Pass, they don't even have I mean, honestly, Game Pass, they dropped the Xbox from it. Yeah, there's a logo, but it's like, it's an app on the phone. It's an app on a PC. It's going to be an app on the TV. That's what they care about. And I think Sony is a little bit above that right now. They realize the need for hardware for a while to come, and you know, they put all that focus in there. But I will link this. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for spending time checking out another one of my videos. Would this be a huge moment for PlayStation if they managed to lock down this exclusive that used to be on Xbox? I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on it. Hit me up on Twitter at _Crapgamer, Xbox Live MOH space Crapgamer. You can hit me up on PSN just Crapgamer. And as always, thank you so much for taking time to join me. You know, stay safe, happy, and healthy. Rack 'em up. Game on, my friends. Game on. Crapgamer out.
Unscripted.